aspects of health. We do episodes on physical, intellectual, mental, social, spiritual, and financial health. The show built on the fundamental belief that every person you meet knows something you don't. There's something to be learned from everyone, and in the spirit of authenticity. Real. I mean, we're talking no bias, no persuasion. You don't know guests until 15 minutes before. Comment, ask questions. Hey, look, if you need guests for your podcast as well, there's going to be 4 people right here, including myself. I'm your special guest host, Josh Perry. So let's get started and meet some of our entrepreneurs here and talk about social health today, guys. Our first guest coming up is John Wist. So, John, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm a dad and a husband, and I own a small video production company in Maryland, and also host a podcast where we just talk about entrepreneurship and trying to do entrepreneurship in a way where we don't lose our souls.
It's tough, yeah.
Yeah, man.
So what tip do you have for those who are watching that are really looking to amp up their social health?
Yeah, I would say, for the first year and a half of being in business, I was really just trying to run by myself. And I realized I needed some people around me, especially in my industry, who could encourage me and inspire me. And so I just started looking for groups that were encouraging. That was like my high on my list, is like I didn't want anything that was going to be tearing me down or making me feel bad or trying to, guilt me into feeling a certain way. And so I found a group called Art of Documentary. And it's just this group of documentarians, filmmakers who've been really encouraging and inspiring. And then wound up joining us even smaller group in that same group that is even more encouraging and striving to help each other really grow business. And it's been fantastic. So
cool. Well,
yeah.
What do you think is like the biggest piece of value that you've gained out of, being in that social group?
Yeah, I think that, a lot of it is being able to bounce ideas off of people and be with like-minded people who can not only encourage you, but who can tell you when something's not going right, who can really like hold your feet to the fire and say like, that might have been a good idea in your head, but maybe run it by us next time because we'll tell you it wasn't, and we'll keep you from making the mistakes that you just made. And so I think, when you're running by yourself a lot, you have the temptation that you just have to do all the decisions on your own. And this group has opened up my eyes to see like, I don't need that to be my bottom line. I can enter into a space, allow people to enter into my space. I can find my weaknesses and find their strengths, and I can use those to my advantage.
Cool. Well, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And
Yeah.
having people to hold us accountable is like a huge thing, even when we don't necessarily want it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, it's been awesome.
So, with any entrepreneur story, there's always like, how did we get here? How did you get to the place that you were looking to increase your social health? So can you tell us kind of the story behind your tip and what is encouraging about what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I come from a background where I was in office settings for my entire career up until the point where I started my own business. So I was constantly surrounded by people, friends or just coworkers who, again, I could talk to, I could take a break and go walk next door to another office or something like that and, have some social interaction. And I think one of the biggest things that I missed when I started my own business was the ability to collaborate, the ability to walk down the hall and have a conversation. And so that really led me to seek out groups that I can immerse myself in. I can sometimes walk down a virtual hall. It might not be a physical hall, but I can walk down the virtual hall and say, hey, I need some help. I need some encouragement. I need somebody to talk to today who's going to give me the little boost I need when I'm sitting in my office and I feel like the only thing in front of me is my computer and my work. So, I think that is where I just got to a point where I needed that community. and I needed that sense of being able to have people to rely on, and people who honestly can come to me and rely on me as well.
Yeah, yeah. Community's huge, and we congregate in cities and parties and all that stuff for a reason, right? Like we
Absolutely.
are the first medicine for each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And it's been the best medicine too for my business, in the sense of bringing in new ideas. It's just it's giving me different perspectives that I didn't have before, when I was just kind of had the blinders on and tried to keep to myself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then maybe you could share something that is outside of business social health. Where do you find your most value and your healthiest interactions outside of business? Because we get caught up being an entrepreneur, and it's business
Yep.
all the time, and that's all we talk about and think
Yep.
about, because we wouldn't be entrepreneurs if we weren't obsessed with our own businesses, right?
Sure. Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean,
go ahead.
I think my wife and I have a core group of friends that, we spend at least one day a week at each other's houses, having dinner, letting our kids play with each other, and really kind of doing life outside of work. Like, we don't touch on work very often at all in those times with each other. And I think that that's been really important for us. And honestly, like, COVID kind of started that, like having
Yeah.
to isolate, like, you kind of learned, I think, who your real core friends were in those times, because they were the people who you longed to see and who you longed to be with again. And those are the people that we feel drawn to every week now, to make a point of being with them, spending time with them, just enjoying life, and having some deep conversation that we wouldn't have if we were just kind of stuck on work.
Yeah, yeah. It's important to have fun, right? That's
Yeah,
what
man.
we're doing it all for.
Exactly.
Well, hey, John, thanks for the great tip. We'll bring you back on here in a minute with all the rest of our guests, but I want to move on to our next guest and get the tip from our next guest, Tanya. How are you today, Tanya?
I'm doing excellent. How are you today, John?
Just out in the world causing trouble.
Always, right?
Yes, ma'am. Well, tell us about yourself. Who are you, Tanya?
My name is Tanya Balarjan. I am a holistic cancer wellness specialist, advocate, and I have been cancer free um, 17 years this month.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's a
you.
huge achievement.
Yeah, it
So
is.
tell us though, and especially with your background and stuff, like I'm really interested to hear, what tip do you have those who are wishing to grow their social health in particular?
Find communities that inspire you to grow, that keep your mind active, that make you want to be a better version of yourself.
Awesome. Phenomenal tip. And especially with your background and stuff and being a cancer survivor, I bet there's a story behind why that's important to you. Could you share a story of kind of how you learned that tip?
You know, when you go through a trauma, and surviving cancer is a trauma. So when you go through a situation like that, and there are many kinds of traumas, you get a new appreciation and gratitude on being able to wake up and breathe every day. So before my cancer journey, I was kind of self-absorbed and a little bit selfish. And afterwards, I realized what a gift life really is. Even the rough, poopy days are still a gift. So I transitioned and decided that I wanted to help people, right? So I think that's really why we're here. I think we're all part of we all have the God spark in us, and we go back to God and make God better, whatever our version of God is. So that's the story behind that, and that's what gets me to strive to be a better person.
I love that. I love that. And, definitely appreciation and gratitude of every day is a huge thing for me too. I I myself have had a major lung surgery that I almost died from. So really appreciating every breath that we get in that inhale and exhale and just keeping it that simple. I'm sure you can relate with having survived a pretty traumatic thing yourself there.
Yes, honestly, the amount of cancer that I had in my body, they gave me about a 5% chance of survival. And every day I visualized that I was putting on Wonder Woman's armor, because to me, Wonder Woman doesn't die. So I have a podcast where I share all kinds of stuff to help cancer survivors. It is called Power Pantaloons, after Wonder Woman's underwear, really.
Yeah, check out Power Pantaloons. Everybody who's watching in the chat here, we'll make sure that there's a link to Power Pantaloons so you guys can check that out and what Tanya does. So thank you so much for your tip, Tanya.
Thank you.
We'll bring you back on here with everybody else. We are going to bring in Sonia, our final guest, and talk about social health. How are you, Sonia?
Good, John. How are you?
Good. So, Sonia, who are you?
Okay, well, my name is Sonia Montenegro. I am from Dallas, Texas, originally from Mexico. And I am a financial educator. I'm very passionate about helping the communities, just educate them really how money works and just a lot of different things, how to become debt free and all that. I love working with people. I love meeting new people. That's my thing. So when they ask me about this, I'm like, oh my God, I would love to talk about that, because I feel that, we have to be very intentional when we meet new people.
Absolutely. And I am a lover of people as well, so I very much appreciate that, Sonia. So for all our guests watching here, what is the tip that you have for people wishing to grow their social health?
Well, one of the things that has helped me, it's really going out there and meeting new people. I feel that, and like I said, also having the intention, when you go out there and meet new people. Um, I feel that we get out of, I don't want to say people, but of every conversation, depending on how we feel, that's what we're going to get out of it, you know?
Mm.
And I feel that, like you said, we can always learn something new from anyone. Like, you might think that person might not add value to your life, but I feel I'm always learning for every single person, no matter what they do, no matter what position they have, no matter, the level of knowledge or education. I'm always learning, because there's so many things that we have to learn, as far as, just everything, like how to take care of our body or business or mind or spirit. I mean, just everything. So just, try to always learn something from a person, because they always have something to teach you.
So speaking on that point, then how do you specifically go out and meet new people?
So I do. I enjoy network events, and I also like to travel to different places. Like just about 2 weeks ago, I went to Dubai to an event, and I went just, it was more like it was an investment on, in myself. And I wanted to go see different cultures. I met a businesswoman from 13 different countries. So imagine how that was. So for me, coming from Mexico to Texas to going to Dubai and meeting all this, learning all the different cultures, learning. I mean, it was just more like expanding my vision. And I came back, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much work to do in every area of my life. So I know one of, I think it was, yeah, I mean, just, I'm always looking to grow and learning from others, basically.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, that's how we continue to grow, is tap into each other's genius. And as we were talking with one of our other guests, we are the first medicine for each other.
Yes, yes. So I just like to surround myself with a lot of different people, and I'm part of different communities, different networks, and I'm always trying to connect with different people.
Well, and moving from Mexico and coming into Texas, I'm sure there's a story behind how you learned to network and meet new people and stuff. Could you share a story with us?
Well, I came here when I was little, but my background comes from the traditional financial industry, Bank of America since 2007,
Okay.
and then it was not until 2020 that I actually decided to start my own business and start. So I've been learning a lot, and I actually I was just making a phone call to a radio station because I was doing wholesaling in real estate, and I wanted to put my business out there. I'm like, hey, we buy houses for cash. And when I was talking to the guy, he's like, you know what? I have actually better opportunities for you. How about you, become part of this? He invited me to be part of a chambers, American Chambers for Business, and I decided to be part of it. And then that actually exposed me to meet a lot of different people locally, and ever since then, I've had so many business opportunities coming my way, so many people wanting to do different things with me. And I'm like, wow. I think everyone has the potential to do a lot of different things, do a lot of different, just business meeting. It's just that we don't put ourselves out there. So to me, that was a huge learning lesson. That was not my intention actually back then. I was just trying to promote my business in the radio, and I was just exposed, and then I decided to share a little bit more in social media. And because of social media, I've met incredible people that I now consider my family, my friends, and I just love all of them.
Yeah, made it all the way to Dubai for a networking event from
Yes.
Texas. I mean, that's saying something.
Yes, I mean, I just love meeting new people, and expanding my vision. I think that when we expand our vision, we get to see what we're capable of doing. And sometimes we limit ourselves. And when we see other people doing it, I mean, it's incredible. I'm telling you, I came back from there and I was like, oh my God, like there's so much work to do. So it was like, I mean, even though it was just a 2 day event, to me, it was like a life mentorship. I mean, I came back with so much in my head, so much, and that's just the power of connecting with other people and learning from them. And
It's
of
a
course,
big,
establishing long-term relationship. That's one thing for me, where you can walk into a room, and even though you've met this person 10 years ago, 10 days ago, you're just like, hey, we're just like that, just building healthy long-term relationships.
yeah, it's a big, beautiful world full of beautiful people, huh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, let's bring everybody back on and kind of discuss our tips and see what else our audience and our guests have to talk about here. Austin, hey.
I just got done with my court case. It was just a little hearing, but so I'm in. Let's join some groups.
Yeah, let's do some groups for sure. In fact, to that point, and the point that all three of you guests have made today, Austin and I actually met through a group as well. Apex is out of Dallas, and have just become great friends and had a lot in common and do a lot of the same things over the years here.
Got to live on an island together, the usual.
Yeah, that's it. Caused all kinds of trouble. Hell, we passed out free joints across Denver at more than one occasion.
I love my free joints. All right, so since I'm new here, let's just go, John, real quickly, refresh what your tip is.
Yeah, man. Basically, that if you are solopreneuring and just stuck on your own, like you need to find some place to plug in and get some encouragement. That's what worked for me. It's working for me right now, in the sense that I'm not stuck in my office anymore. I can, like I said, walk down the virtual hallway now to some friends and get some feedback when I need it.
Cool. We'll see. Josh, what are your thoughts on it? Everyone's thoughts. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I've experienced this one in particular when the pandemic first started. I was running a freight brokerage team of about 16 people, and everybody went remote. And I went from, being in an office every day with 16 people that I was leading to waking up and moving to my spare bedroom at 5:30 and working all the way till 9 p.m. for many, many months. And it'll wear on you, to say the least. So I very much appreciate John's comment and tip here for the day.
Yeah, let's keep it going then. Tanya, what's your tip? Quick refresher.
My tip is to put yourself in rooms so that you can find the community that you want, right? So if you're looking for specific things, find groups that focus on that thing and put yourself there so that you can elevate yourself.
So true. I mean, that's when I moved to Silence, it's literally what I started with. I went and found Rotary clubs, entrepreneur clubs, soccer, football, volleyball, all my passions, and went and just started connecting with them. And I mean, just like Josh said, that's how we met fucking maybe 3 years ago. Shout out Ryan Stuman and his Apex crew that I think they changed the name, rebranded. But anyways, Ryan Stuman. And yeah, I mean, we met in person a few times and just share the love of entrepreneurship and doing fun things like handing out joint coupons and hosting each other's podcasts and taking care of some fun. I mean, Josh has been a guest probably 3 or 4 times too, so it was a shoo-in for him to come here. Sonia, you in Apex?
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm still part of Apex. I was going to say, Josh, I need to connect. I don't know if you're still part of it, but I'm still part of it. And I love it. That's another of my favorite groups, especially now that they're doing the accountability calls. Oh my God. Again, so much more work to do, but I love it. I love to connect with all those wonderful people making massive moves. They inspire me a lot.
Yeah. Lifetime member here.
Same here. I need to upgrade or level up to the next one because I know there's different groups.
We got some questions from the audience here. John, what camera do you use? You look fucking amazing. I don't know if it's just you looking good. Could be your natural appeal, but apparently they want to know the camera.
Well, I'm a videographer. That's what I do. So I have to show up looking okay, at least okay. So it's a Panasonic S5 that I have up right now.
Panasonic S5.
Yeah.
All right, put that on the list.
Yeah, I was gonna say also put it on the buy list.
All right, we've got it looks like, is that Pharaoh in the background? I'm guessing that's you, Tanya. Is that a Pharaoh in your background?
Well, it's Ra, Sekhmet, and Thoth.
Oh man, do you know how to spell those? Shit.
Ra is R-A.
Got that one.
Sekhmet is S-E-K-H-M-E-T, I think.
Okay.
And T-H-O-T-H.
T-H-O-T-H. Those are gods, not pharaohs, correct?
Yes. Egyptian gods.
All right, that's answered. Cool. John's using that. Oh, they said your camera's pretty expensive, John, so maybe I'm taking that back off the list. Sonia, you kind of look like Sofia Vergara. Cool. All right. All right. So let's talk about joining groups. Sonia, tell us some more.
So I think, my tip was be intentional with meeting new people and focus on building long-term relationships. And just learn from everyone we meet. I feel that everyone has something for us. And also not only just get from them, go out there willing to give, add some value with what you have, because, what you share with them might impact their lives, might impact their business, something. So just, not just, get, but also give, be willing to give. And, that's my tip. I just love connecting with new people. And to me, like I said, I have friends that, that I've known for 10 years, people that I met 10 years ago. And I just, I love people. So, I can, talk to them anytime, all the time. It's just great.
Yeah. What do we say in Apex? Givers gain.
Givers gain. I mean, we're all giving right now. Y'all are here just giving out free advice to everyone, which is the beautiful thing of it. So thank you very much for that. But it's our little way to try to make the world a better place, right?
Yes, that's a goal.
Absolutely. Can I ask Sonia a question?
Duh.
Sure.
So I was in Dubai last fall for 8 days.
Me too.
Really? That's so cool. I want to go back, and I will be going back in the end of September. I don't know. I'm sure some of you are familiar with 10X. So I'm involved with that a little bit, and my mentors, one of them is Emirati, and she does an event over there every couple of years. So I'll be going back in September.
Yeah, that's exciting. You should totally. I'm telling you, I had an amazing experience. The people, incredible people, incredible. I came back very inspired with all of them. And the cool thing is, just not only people from Dubai, literally from all over the world. So that was very cool. Learning about the cultures and just learning that, hey, we're actually all the same. We are all the same. We have different skin colors, different backgrounds, but different cultures. But at the end of the day, we are all the same, and we all have the same goal. It was amazing.
Absolutely. I found that it was more diverse than New York City, like the amount of different cultures and people and languages. It was absolutely stunning. So when were you there, Sonia?
I was there 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Wow, recent. Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, sounds like party in Dubai in September.
I'll make sure you guys have all the information so you can come with me.
Oh, thanks.
Hell yeah. A little group going to Dubai. I support that. All right, what are you guys thinking for the daily challenge? Has to take less than 5 minutes, cost $0, and be available to anyone from Dubai to Dallas.
Daily challenge. Join a new virtual group, whether it's your local Emria or something on Eventbrite.
What is an Emria?
It's a real estate. I don't remember what all the little things stand for.
Okay. What about if we also like post like 3 things we're passionate about, or I guess we could do 1 per day. Yeah, post something you're passionate about and a group you joined for that passion.
There you
I
go.
love it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, ask questions in groups that you've joined, because, like, that's one way to gain, like, a lot of perspective from people is just, like, if there's something you're struggling with or something you have a question about, and sometimes you're on the fence about, like, do I want to put myself out there and ask it? Like, just ask it. Like, people are going to be kind to you. They'll be kind and answer. They have wisdom for you.
Yeah, John, that's valid.
To that end, though, I actually find when I ask questions in groups, the people who are shitty and like kind of like hateful a little bit teach me more than the people who are encouraging, because it's like they expose their traumas and things related to that question in a lot of ways, not necessarily telling their character. And I don't really focus on that part of it, but it definitely is a different way of thinking than I typically think, because I'm one who always leans towards the positive and, like really, really hopeful or faithful that stuff is going to work out for me. So like to see that extra scrutiny sometimes is a good perspective shift, I think.
Yeah.
Austin never gets scrutiny. All his ideas are gold and turned to, the golden goose's egg.
That's because I joined the right groups.
Yeah.
You got to have a team with you. Got to have a team. All right, so I've got a daily challenge. Write down a passion of yours and ask a question about that passion in a group related to that passion.
Sounds perfect.
I'm in.
Simple enough. All right, that's our challenge. Coolio. Well, that's our show, guys. I think we're kind of done. It's been 30 minutes. We got our challenge. Tanya, Sonia, John, thank you guys so much for coming. Sorry for being late. Sorry about that. Josh, thank you so much for taking over. Josh and I'll do some closing remarks here in a sec.
You're not sorry, man. You're an amazing, beautiful person, and we appreciate you for doing this.
All right, Josh, go ahead and do our closing. What tips did they give? What is our challenge? And fucking sign up to be a guest and give us topics.
Yeah. So, look, first of all, I want to shout out our sponsors, Bring Home Better Nutrition and Grief Support for Men. We'll drop those links here in the comments. And the tips from our guests here today are basically join groups, get out there, engage in social welfare, and network with people. So our daily challenge, we're all going to write down our passion and ask a question in one of the groups that we have joined to get some feedback from our peers, because that's what it's all about.
That's awesome. Let's hear it for our co-host. Woo-hoo!